So, Snowfl is the name of this project or assignment. The objectives are to be able to select a background and remove it and replace it with some other background. So we're talking about removing green screens and putting layers in of images that we get from other sources, and we composite them, put them together as layers in Photoshop. And this one is going to focus on putting us in front of either a graphic image of snow or an actual live action picture of snow. Okay, so let's get started on that right now. The first thing you need to do is open your week 15 picture, the one that we took in front of a green screen, and get it open in Photoshop here. Photoshop Creative Cloud 2018. Okay, pause here if you need, and look for the photo that you need to open up, and open it up in Photoshop. All right. One good way to do that would be File, Open, and then Browse to Room 31, Week 15 Pics, and then go find your picture and open it. Okay? Excuse me. All right. So, got my image here, and I know that we already covered using the select color range, and we had mixed results, but not such good results. So I wanted to show you another way that you could remove a background if it's a solid color, or even if it's not, but because you have a lot of control with this other technique. But anyway, we're going to do it with the green screen picture that we have. So I'm going to go to the Quick Select tool. Grab this tool. If you remember, we've used it before. And up in the control bar up here, there's an option at the end. It says Select and Mask. We're going to click that. Oops, yours will probably look more like that. Or so. Maybe like that. All right. And this is a workspace. You could see that when we're done, we're going to click OK down here. But we're in a second workspace area inside of Photoshop. And we have some selection tools over here on the left. So I'm going to go up to the Quick Select tool, and I'm on the plus option, and I'm going to come in, and I got the bracket keys where I could change the size, or I can grab this and change the size with the slider there too. But I like the bracket keys. And I'm just going to go ahead and click, hold, and drag. And you can see that the areas that you're selecting should come more in focus. And careful, not to over select. If you do over select, there's the minus option, right? But I want to show you, once you have mostly, you've got your first check of your selection that you made, you go to this transparency slider and you go all the way to the left, and that will remove the background based on what you've selected so far. And once you've got that, and again using the plus and the minus options to add and subtract, you can see I've missed some of the letters. So I'm going to go to the minus. No, I want to go to the plus because we want to add that to the selection. So I'm going to go in here, get that fixed. And I think I got it. You might have a little bit of stuff to adjust. When you think you got it, click on the second brush tool. This one's the Refine Edge brush tool. And just the areas where you can still see a little bit of green, like behind your hair, go ahead and just kind of brush through that. Help it kind of adjust the edge for you. Might have overdone it right there, but that works pretty good. And also you can go down to your output settings right here, and you can click this decontaminate colors, and that actually helps that area that kind of blended with the green. It's not going to help the green that might have splashed on your clothes or face, but otherwise helps it where it's blended. Once you think you got it, we're going to go here to the output and click on new layer, output to new layer, okay, and click OK. Now at this point I did a lot of stuff, so if yours doesn't look like this, I want you to pause the training video. I want you to go back in the training video to the spot where you think you might have got lost on this, and play it again so you could see how to use the tools that I was showing you. Then come back to this point, okay? But anyways, if your picture looks good and you got checkerboard where the background used to be and you look mostly intact, we're ready to move on. Now you see it still has this old, original layer here. I just really don't need it anymore, so I'm just going to go down and delete it. Will it let me delete a locked layer? It will. Okay, so now I've just got my green, layer that I want to work with. And here's where I want to resize the image, because this thing's huge and where it's not going to fit well on a Wix page so big. So we're going to go up to image size, and it's so big because we took a picture with using a DSLR, and that is going to take a big picture. Just like your smartphone will take a pretty big picture. I think our width is larger than our height, so we'll adjust the width, which is the largest of the two, between width and height, and we're going to set the largest part, the width, to 1,000. Cut this thing down. Still good size, but not anywhere near as big as it was. Click it, click OK. You can see there it rescaled itself. And I'm going to do it Command 0. Looks the same, can't tell. But it's much smaller now, more in line with what we want to do. So now I want to go grab something off the internet that is close to 1,000 pixels wide, that has some kind of snow background for me. It could be a graphic image, or it could be an actual live action image. But when you do get that, it's going to probably be in your downloads or in your documents, but save it where you're going to be able to find it and go open it. So from Photoshop, we're going to go File, Open, and I put mine in Documents, and it's called Snow. Here's somewhere. Oh, there it is. Snow. Click Open. And so again, pause. Take your time to get, go ahead and catch up to me. Then play again. And I'm going to use the Move tool. Click there. Click Hold. Come on. Oh, let's try that again. Click Hold. Up to there. Bring it in. Up. Good. It's not quite as big, but it's not bad. It's close. So you can see the new layer on top is the wrong spot. So I'm going to drag it and bring it down below. And now I'm going to go ahead and Command T on this layer, which will allow me, hold the Shift key. Woo! Command 0. Let's fix that. Hold the Shift key down. And right about so. Yeah, good. You could see the aspect ratio wasn't the same, but this way I maintain aspect ratio of both images, losing just some of one of them because of that. Click the check, And now I could do a command 0. And there we go. Yours looks just as good as that. Okay, so to conclude, we need to save this, especially if this is getting close to the end of class time. So File, Save As. And we're going to call this Snowfl. Keep it as a Photoshop document. And make sure it's in your Downloads folder. Please remember that, you guys. Okay, if you have it, Downloads folder. Sorry, Documents folder. Documents folder. All right, and Photoshop format. Click Save. And then we want to export it. So File. This is just a JPEG. So we could just go ahead and save this right from the Save As option and change it to a JPEG here. And again, we're going to keep it in our documents. Click Save and click OK. And you're going to go to your website, your Wix site. You're going to log into Wix and get to your and edit your pages. And this will actually be the first thing we put on our photo page because it's definitely digital imaging, and we want to have that on the photo page. So I was going to just kind of show you real quick which page I'm talking about, although I'm sure you know. Just going to grab anybody here. All right. And so it's this guy right here, photo. Okay, photo, that one. You're going to put your stuff here. All right, very good. That concludes this training video.